Hey guys, welcome into today's video. Today we're going to be trying a full face of Catrice cosmetic. They had a couple of new releases. Actually, they had a lot of new releases come out, but I was only interested in two. They had the new Shine Balm lipsticks that came out, and I believe the Powerfull Love lip care is also new. So what did I do? I went to their website because I was only interested in those two products, and I ended up buying a full face. I've been liking a lot of the Catrice stuff I've been trying lately. I tried the True Skin foundation recently, and then I really love the high cover concealer, the True Skin concealer from the same line. So I wanted to test some of their other stuff, and since they're so affordable, I got a full face, honestly, I think with their discount code for just over $100. They're relatively inexpensive, they're well priced, and I think a lot of their products are pretty good quality and they work well for me. I do have a little bit of remorse. There were some things that I saw on the website that I kind of wish I had picked up, both from their new releases and then maybe the eyelashes, but I didn't. I picked up a bunch of other stuff, the stuff that just looked super appealing to me, and some of them were their best sellers, but not a lot of them were their new releases aside from these two lip products. So that's it for the intro. Let's hop right into it. So the full face included everything, including primer, setting spray, eyebrows, all of that good stuff. The only thing I didn't get that I want to wear today is lashes and lash glue, because I picked up the Rainforest Haze palette. This one just looked, I don't know, the most exciting to me, and it's a green color story, so I threw on my green dress today so that I could match and then go about my day without having to change. I'm gonna go shopping after this. So let's start with the primer. The primer that I picked up was the Corrector Anti-Redness primer. If you've seen any of my other videos, I've been really trying to find a good anti-redness primer, and I've been trying both drugstore and high-end. I just haven't found it, and I'm still on the hunt. So every primer I'm buying lately is an anti-redness primer. Most of them just seem to do absolutely nothing. Of course, when I apply this, I'm gonna get a little bit red. Wow, this is really colorful. But I hope as it dries down, we can see if it's corrected any of the color. This is a really, really thick consistency, and it kind of scares me a little bit because it's very tinted. Look how green I look now. Look, I have a green mustache. I feel like it's clinging to all of my hairs on my upper lip, and it's making me look like I legit have a green mustache. Hopefully some of the foundation can cover that up. Another thing that I've been trying a lot recently is under eye corrector. So this is the Ultimate Camouflage Cream. This is a concealer cream with full coverage. It's in Brightening Peach. I thought we would try it under the eye because they had a color corrector on their website also, not just this one. So I feel like this one's more of a multi-use product. So it's a concealer and under eye corrector, but we're just gonna use it very lightly under the eyes as a corrector. It does say that it is in Brightening Peach, but it's a very, very light peach shade. It's not very emollient, it's kind of super hard on the top layer. I'm gonna dig my brush in here, and I'm just gonna do a really light sweeping layer on one side because we're gonna go into the concealer and I don't want my under eyes to look too heavy. Hard to tell if that really did anything, honestly, because I'm going in with such a light layer. I think very, very slightly. This is always my darker eye, my left one. So we'll see if it does anything. I think that actually did a pretty good job in neutralizing some of the darkness under my eyes. Of course, I didn't go in with a super heavy layers. I do want to put on some lip balm next. These looked really cute and good. These were their Drunk Diamonds Plumping Lip Balm, and I think these were listed as their best sellers on their website. The first one that I got is in the shades 020. Rated R is the shade. These looked super fancy and cute and makeup porn for your lips. This is just something that I've been really into lately. I don't know how much color these are gonna have. Other shade that I picked up is I Couldn't Carrot Less, carrot as in diamond. And this one's a lighter pinky shade. It's just so gorgeous though. Let's throw this one on and see if it has any color. It's slightly tinted. It tastes like watermelon. I don't know that I love that shade by itself. Let's try on the other one, and I'm gonna leave this one on while I apply my makeup. This one was the Rated R. They're super creamy. I think I see some of the sparkles actually come off on your lips. I like this shade better, the rated R one. I still look like I have like a straight up green mustache. Like hopefully that is covered. I actually think that it did conceal like and neutralize some of the redness on my nose. I feel like this is the first primer that's actually done this well of a job on me. I'm quite excited about it. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, I have been trying so many color correctors, like the green color correctors lately, and just none of them seem to be doing the trick. Or they'll do a little bit and then what they'll do is just like look super dry and heavy when I put the foundation on. I actually think this one did a better job than every single other one that I've been trying lately, both high-end and drugstore. So keep you updated. Let's go into the foundation now. This is the Catrice True Skin 24-hour hydrating foundation. It's supposed to be long wearing. The one thing about the Catrice products that I notice is like your shade isn't necessarily on the packaging itself, it's on all of the stickers. And so if you take the stickers off, you're not gonna see like what the shade is. And so I think I took the sticker completely off of the foundation and now I don't know what shade I have. This is a really good foundation even for dry skin. The thing is like I have to go in with like a super light amount applied because otherwise it can look too heavy on me. So that's all I'm gonna do, and I'm just gonna blend it in with my sponge because that usually kind of soaks up the product a little bit more than the brush. And I think that this will usually be like enough. Probably could have even gone in with just a little bit less because I think that this foundation like goes a long way. All right, let's try and get rid of my green mustache. Now I feel like I'm gonna have to go over with concealer. Hopefully that's not the case because I liked it so much for my nose. Okay, I think that is good with the foundation. It has like almost a radiant finish and it's pretty heavy though. It can be really, really full coverage if you build it up. I just really don't want to. So I'm gonna go into the True Skin Concealer next. It is like a full coverage concealer, but a lot of people, even with dry skin, have been saying that it works really well for their dry skin and it doesn't crease. It's kind of a lightweight formula that offers a good amount of coverage, and it's kind of hard to find like full coverage concealers for dry skin or mature skin that really just don't crease. So I think a lot of people have been quite enjoying this. It's one that I've definitely been reaching for a lot lately. I just took it across my eyes because I didn't get like a primer, an eyeshadow primer, but I just figured this is a green look that we're doing, so I probably want a base down of some sort. Let's go ahead and set our face. I got the Catrice Baking and Setting Loose Powder. It's supposed to be mattifying, water resistant, and a second skin effect. We'll test that out. Because this foundation is a little bit heavier of a consistency, I have to be careful how I powder. I'm just gonna use my damp sponge and set under my eyes and probably just kind of down my nose, like the T-zone area. Only time will tell as to whether or not that'll become like a holy grail or something that looks good long term or, you know, throughout the day on my face. So far, it looks very smoothing and very blurring, and it was quite mattifying. So everything that it said that it would do, it looks really blurring on my nose. So far, I'm liking it. Next, I wanna go into my eyebrows. I got the Pure Eyebrow Pencil. It's called the Clean ID. It's not a pencil that I normally use. It's the kind that you sharpen, and I usually use like a retractable pencil that's a little bit like fine tipped. But we will check this out. Maybe I will be converted. I have mine in the shade light brown. Hopefully it's a good match. My brows are pretty cool toned, so, oh, it's creamy. Okay, be careful, Carrie. I usually use my Benefit Precisely My Brow because I can go in really heavy handed with it and make mistakes and clean it up, and I usually have no issues. You guys, this is super creamy formula, so it's like, a lot of pigment is coming off on this pencil like right away, which is not something that I'm used to. So I'm going in with the lightest hand and trying not to mess it up. I do like that it is really pigmented though. How does that look? Does that look good? I actually think that looks really good. I didn't fill it in the greatest, but I'm so scared to go too heavy. I can't even tell you how light of a hand I'm going. I'm like barely tapping it. Like, look at that. I've almost drawn like the perfect line in like 1 second for my underbrow. This is a really creamy pencil. I think though that if you're trying to like get a really precise line, you're not really gonna get that with this. Like if you're not somebody who just likes to follow their brow's natural shape and just fill in a little bit, this probably isn't gonna be the pencil for you, because it's not gonna create like hair-like strokes or anything like that. It was more just a pencil that like fills in what's already kind of naturally there. I would say that their shades, at least this one in light brown, and I think they only came in like 3 or 4 shades. They didn't have different undertones. They were just like light brown, medium brown, dark brown, that sort of thing, like blonde. I don't even think they called it taupe. But I can tell this has like a little bit of warmth to it. And so it's a little bit darker than I usually go for my brows, because my brows are really cool toned brown. And so I feel like this just added a bit of warmth to it, where I don't typically add a lot of warmth in my brow pencils. My Benefit Precisely My Brow 2.5 and 3 are the shades that I use. They're pretty cool toned, and this is like very obviously me having applied brows. So you know, it's not the exact shade. I actually think it matches my hair pretty well. Let's go into this Shape and Defined contour stick. I did get a powder bronzer because I got all baked products for the face, blush, highlighter, and bronzer, but I picked this up because it just looked really good. This one is in the shade Light. It does come with a contour on one end and then a cream highlighter on the other. I don't really want to use the highlighter because I'm just not a stick highlighter person, but I'm really into these cream stick contours lately. NYX has one that I just love. Yeah, this is a pretty good like neutral tone contour shade. So I'm gonna just lightly apply it, but I am gonna go over it with the powder bronzer. I should have just applied like one first and then blended it. So hopefully this is a pretty blendable formula, otherwise I'm gonna have a muddy mess on my hands. I think it's pretty creamy and pretty blendable so far. Now it didn't dry down too fast, so it gives you a little bit of time to work. I like that. You know, I was just thinking while I was like blending, I'm so upset that more Catrice products aren't sold in like my local CVS or my Target, or I don't see them a lot. And when I do, it's usually like select products. It's not always their full line. Like there's a lot of stuff here that I never see in like Walmart and Target and all that, or even Amazon, for example. Like they have the foundation and the concealer on Amazon, which is where I think I purchased them. I just wish that their whole line was sold like somewhere where I could pick it up locally. All right, let's move on into the powder products. These are all baked formula. The first one that I want to put on is the Sun Lover Glow Bronzer. This one is in the shade 10 Sun Kissed Bronze. It's a marbleized effect. It looks like it has a little bit of shimmer. Ooh, that looks pretty. I mean, who doesn't love a good baked powder product? Oh, this is pretty. It has a little bit of warmth to it, just like it should, but it's like a little bit luminous. It's super airbrushing. I mean, I don't expect anything less from baked products, honestly, but doesn't that look kind of natural and like sun-kissed and good for fair skin? I'm digging this. Of course, it is another baked product. It's their blush. This is the Cheek Lover Oil-Infused Blush. This one is in Blooming Hibiscus. Ooh, this one also looks super shimmery, like gold specks in here. It's just super airbrushing. Look how pretty that is. All right, going in. Oh my gosh, I think you can actually see like the gold in the blush. This is pretty. I think you can see the sheen in it without it looking like it has shimmers in it, or sparkles rather, and it looks really airbrushing. It was pigmented, but it doesn't emphasize any of the texture on my cheeks for it having that little bit of sheen to it. I like it. Let's move on to the highlighter. Again, this is the Oil-Infused highlighter. It's a baked product. This is in Glowing Peony. It almost looks like it's a pink and champagne swirl. There's the inside of it. Go ahead and swatch this as well. Oh yeah, it looks like it's a pinky, very, very light baked formula, pinky, champagne-y colored highlighter. I never bring over a darn highlighter brush, so let's just go ahead and use like an eyeshadow brush. Oh yeah, the peony. Of course it's pink. Yeah, this is just, again, like very natural. I'm having a hard time discerning where this starts and where like the blush stops. Usually not into like a pinky highlighter, Sometimes I shop really fast or late at night, so I don't always know what the heck shade I'm getting, but I like this one. I don't think it overly emphasizes my texture, and it doesn't look like I'm wearing highlighter necessarily. Like, it's not so different from the blush that it looks like I'm overdoing it. I just think it like sits on top of the blush, and it could be part of the blush. I also picked up a setting spray. This is the Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. It says that it prepares skin, can be used under the foundation and over. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna stay back a little bit. Now that half the bottle is on my face, yeah, look how much I used. Can you guys see that? I was going crazy. I was doing it pretty far back because the closer you get, it was a little bit of a strong sprayer. It's not like a mist or anything. So it says it prepares the skin, improves makeup wear time, and refreshes complexion. So it can be used under the foundation and over the foundation. So with fixing sprays or like setting sprays, I can usually only judge a couple of things when I first put it on. One, like how is the sprayer? Two, does it feel sticky when it starts to dry down? The makeup wear time, like you can't tell until, you know, you've had it on for a while. So I will update you guys in the comments. Let's move on into this palette. I haven't spent a huge amount of time like staring at the color story to really come up with a look that I want, but this is a very shimmer heavy palette and only has 3 mattes in it. I wish I had realized that when I got it, because these 2 shades are so light right here, and these are 2 of the 3 mattes, and I'm not really gonna build too much of a base with it. I just have this one for what I would consider like building up the outer corner. So you're probably never gonna get too diverse of a look with this palette because you just don't have that many mattes to choose from. I'm gonna take this Tranquil shade, which is the more beige shade at the bottom, and try and build a base. And then I'm gonna start this in the outer corner and then just work it inward. This is the first time I have ever tried a Catrice eyeshadow formula, so I don't know what to expect. I'm kind of anticipating like not a good quality shadow or not something that's overly pigmented. I haven't swatched this at all. I did accidentally like get my finger in the deepest shimmer shade here at the bottom when I was trying to pull like the plastic off. There are some of the shimmer shades swatched. They're really soft formula. They don't have like any extra chunks. Some of them have glitters in them and then like some of them don't. Like this doesn't have a glitter, but these 2 kind of seem like they have a little bit of shimmer or glitter in them, but they're really, really creamy. They feel like a good formula, so I'm kind of excited actually. I wasn't expecting much from this palette, I just have to tell you. I'm gonna take that waterfall shade, that green shade, and I was just gonna say that I'm gonna build it here and like sweep it into the crease just a little bit, and this is gonna be my outer corner. This is quite pigmented. We'll see how like blendable it gets. There is like fallout though. With darker shades, like sometimes the transfer to my lower lash line occurs and then I gotta clean it up. So yeah, I mean with these dark greens, I anticipate that a lot of times. I don't think I'm gonna do like an overly complex eye look. I just want this not to be patchy, to be even. Yeah, that shade's not like my absolute favorite, I have to say. I didn't want to go in with like a super dark outer corner, but sometimes when it's patchy, like right away, I end up building and building and building, and then I go darker than I was hoping for, just trying to get rid of some of that patchiness. And I am getting a little bit of patchiness with this. I mean, I hate to say it because it was really pigmented, but that doesn't mean that it's like great. Yeah, sometimes when I start blending and then it just starts like going away to nothing, like then I end up building and building more and more. Yeah, this is not laying down everywhere evenly. So even with the other eye, I was like working off camera trying to build it up, and then I got it darker than I wanted because it's just not like the most blendable formula. I think I'm gonna take this Lush shade right here and I'm gonna start it just in the center. I've been doing that a lot lately with shimmer shadows, is just doing like one right here and then one different shade in the inner corner. That way I can test like multiple shades when doing these eye looks, where I probably normally would just do like one on the inner corner. I think what I'm gonna do is take like this lighter, like exotic, it's like the champagne shade down here at the bottom right here, like in the inner corner, because I want to brighten it up a little bit, I think. Wow, that's a punchy little shimmer. Holy smokes. I'm using like my silicone brush which I've been liking for some formula shimmers. I have said this in a couple of my videos now. Well, the first one, just testing it out, it didn't work the best with the eyeshadows that I was testing it with, and so I was like, oh, these aren't it. But I tested them like last night when I was filming a video, or yesterday rather, and it was with the Odin's Eye shimmers, and they worked so well. So far with like these shimmers, it also works really well. I think the shimmer has to be like a little bit tackier of a formula for these silicone brushes to work. By the way, I just picked these up on Amazon for like $9.99 for like a pack of 3, because my fingers are so big that I never can get like into the inner corner without getting the shimmer onto my lower lash line. This is one of my least favorite eye looks that I've done. I just don't like that dark green, which means the palette sucks for me, because that's the only matte shade that's deepening, and it's the only matte shade that'll like give me any kind of color or pigmentation, because the other one is just so light it barely showed up. I can't say that I'm enjoying the quality of this, and like maybe their other shadows are good quality. This one just isn't that great. Yeah, the 3 mattes, I guess I didn't realize that there were only 3 when I got this. The shimmers are super good quality. I am enjoying the shimmers. I'm just not enjoying any of the matte shades or the color story of the mattes. I'm just gonna drag what's like on the bottom of my lower lash line and just kind of like smoke it out. I'm not gonna add any additional shadow, I don't think. I did pick up some of their liner, so I do want to put that on. This is the 20-Hour Ultra Precision Gel Eye Pencil. It is waterproof, and I want to put this on the lower waterline. I've already broken the tip and just made a hot mess. This is like super creamy, and it just keeps breaking on me like over and over. It broke when I did the first swatch, and now I'm just making a mess. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop swatching it. I'm just gonna bring it into my waterline. Ooh, I don't know that I like this. It's like kind of chunky, honestly. There's even like a chunk. Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think this is it with the eyeliner. It didn't even go on evenly. It's like chunky right here. Oh, I don't like this. I don't know, I'll have to keep testing that one, but honestly on first application it like isn't my favorite. Yeah, and I mean it has good staying power, but it's just too creamy that this particular pencil just keeps snapping on me, and it was doing it like in my waterline, which was giving me like a super patchy application. Not enjoying that. Let's go into the mascara. This is listed as one of their best sellers. This is the Glam and Doll False Lashes Mascara. So I'm assuming it's a tubing mascara. I did open this and it looks like a tubing mascara wand. So I'm gonna apply this to the upper and lower. Okay, I like this mascara. Hello. This is pretty. Ooh. Look at that. You guys see this? It's nice and pigmented. It's lengthening. It's not clumpy. Usually you get that with these kind of plastic bristled wands. I'm really picky about mascaras. I want something pigmented and dark and not clumpy. It gives me length. And the formula is like tacky enough, but like gives you time to build and build and build if you wanted to. I think that is a gorgeous mascara. Okay, all right, they're starting to redeem themselves in the eye department. That one was really good. Loving this mascara. Let's move on into lip products. I have 3 of them. I don't know which one we're gonna do. I think we should just try them all on. I'm gonna start with this Powerfull Lip Care Hyaluron Watermelon, Goji Berry, Cucumber, and Ginger Root, and see if this has like a shade to it. It's Sparkling Guava, but I don't know if it's gonna be like sheer or if it's gonna have a lot of pigment to it. This was one of their new releases. Yeah, it has a little tint, but it's more sheer than anything. It's really hydrating though, even more so than I think the lip balm. It's a pretty color, but I for sure want to try on this, which is definitely one of their new releases. This is the Shine Bomb Lipstick in Divine Femininity. Wow, okay. This is kind of cool looking. It just looks like a drip on the bullet of the lipstick. And I think we'll end with this one and then just top it with a gloss. It's nice, it's creamy. It's like a cream formula. There's not a lot of pigment in this, which is nice. Like it looks good with this eye look. I wouldn't say this is like a run out and get formula by any means, but the packaging of it was cool and I liked that. But I want to top it with this. I said lip gloss, but it's the Glossy Lip Oil. This was also from their Powerfull collection. It has like a bright pink applicator. Is this supposed to change colors? It says glossy lip oil which enhances the natural lip color with 5 powerful ingredients including caring oils and hyaluronic acid. Oh, it stains the skin. Okay. Ooh, that's comfy lip oil. I like that. Well, the look is finished. Let's do a final wrap up on everything. I'm gonna tell you my favorite products from today. This mascara is like a huge recommendation for me. I think you should run out and get this. This is so good. Nobody talks about this mascara, but this is gonna be one that I reach for all the time. Like, look how lengthening it was and how pigmented. I literally hear no one talk about that, and that was bomb in my opinion. I think the thing that I like the second best is probably this lip oil. It's so comfortable. I wish I had gotten different shades in this because I think this is pretty inexpensive. This lip oil is, if you're into lip oils, definitely run out and check it out because it was freaking fantastically comfortable on. I don't think it gave me like an extra color to it, even though I can see the more that I push the product around, it's actually like turning a pink shade. So maybe if you had it on bare lips, it would actually like be one of those color changing ones. And then I think my third favorite was probably the Shape and Define contour stick. I thought it was really beautiful. I liked that it was like a neutral shade and worked well as a contour stick. And it's just one of those like easy put on and go kind of formulas. The next thing that I really liked was one that I already had in my collection. This is the concealer. I just really like it as a full coverage concealer. No idea how I feel about the setting spray just yet. It's not making me look dry as I'm sitting here. We'll see how long it makes the makeup last and I'll update you guys. I loved the baked products though. The baked products are really good if you're into baked products, something that's affordable. I think these are worth checking out from Catrice. I really hated the freaking eyeliner. I think the Camouflage cream, the concealer and corrector was actually pretty nice. I think it did neutralize the color a little bit more than some of the other correctors that I've been trying lately. I think that this actually did something too. I think I'm gonna stay the heck away from like the hairs though, because I still kind of see like a little bit of a cast like around my mouth. Hopefully that wasn't like too noticeable as I was filming this whole time. So I would say that this did a really good job. I'm just gonna do it on my nose and like only my nose. I don't know, this Powerfull lip care one was like, it was okay, it was all right. Same thing with this. It's a cream formula in their new Shine Bomb lipstick. My favorite thing about it was the bullet was really nice. This Clean ID eyebrow pencil, it was cool. Like, it was different for me. It was a different experience. I don't usually use the sharpenable pencils very often, but I liked how creamy it was, and it is a waterproof pencil, so we'll see how long it lasts because I'm usually rough on my eyebrows. Like, I will constantly kind of touch my face, and so I need something that's a little bit more long wearing and waterproof and all that jazz. So I'll update you guys on the wear time, or you know, the wearness of this. I think that the application was just different for me, and I don't know that I'm completely convinced of like the pencil formula. First impressions of like the baking powder, baking and setting loose powder, I honestly, across my nose, it looks great. Not too dry. It looks good. Like, so far it looks really good. One of the things with powders is like, will it continue to look really good like in 5 hours from now, or even 3 hours or 2 hours from now? It can start to look dry and cakey and heavy. So I will update you guys on that, but so far it looks really nice. And so I can tell that if it looks this good on my super dry skin, that it's usually like finely milled and not too heavy of a powder. I think the foundation is really nice. Again, if you have dry skin, like I did, I would just apply like a little bit, because this has a tendency to look kind of heavy and cakey if I apply too much, but I think it's awesome. I already had this in my collection, not decluttered through my recent declutter. And this Rainforest Haze palette, total pass from me. This is not going to be something that I like keep in my collection. I have other greens that I would rather reach for. I think the shimmers are nice, and if I keep this palette, it's just going to be a companion palette in my collection because the shimmers are good, and I wouldn't reach for any of the mattes. It's just useless. If all of their formulas are like this, like, it's okay. It's just not like, I have so many indie shadows and high-end shadows that do really good that for me, the formula has to be something unique, and it has to really knock my socks off. And I just had a hard time blending in that green. And even though the shimmers are like nice, they're just not like super light reflecting, so they're not something that they do something different in my collection that like other shimmers don't do. So that's not like you need to check it out kind of situation. I had fun playing with this stuff. I'm always like surprised at like what I end up loving and what I don't end up loving, and how many products you have to try just to get to like, okay, what's really good from their line. But I had fun playing with everything. I need to stop talking. I need to get the heck out of here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are. If you are new to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing so that I can catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.